Hey guys, welcome back to another Doom's Dark Side board game night. We are playing Merchants and Marauders. How would you classify this game, Martin? I don't know if it's not really a worker placement, is it?
No, it's not a worker placement at all.
It's not. I don't even know. It's not.
It's a trading and or piracy game.
Yeah, that works for me.
Pick up and deliver, or steal and deliver.
Well, there you have it. We play each as a pirate captain, or not as a pirate, either pirate.
Ship captain.
Yeah, ship captain. That's my one. He's French, and he may ignore effects of storms. That's his abilities down at the bottom there.
He's got an umbrella.
And we have at the beginning of the game you get to choose. Either you can choose a sloop or a flute, which is that one there. One has more cargo space, the other one has more maneuverability. You then maneuver it on the board like that. As you can see, mine is pretty standard. You get cool little ships to go with it as well. That's the sloop. While I'm at it, I'll introduce what the other guys Martin's playing. He's also got a Dutch captain.
I'm Dutch, somebody smoking the gans.
Might have to cut that. And he's also got a sloop. He's the yellow player.
Yeah. I don't know where the sloop's going.
Well, it is Dutch. Hey Mick, say hello.
Hello.
What do you got?
I've got the old flute
And a Spanish captain.
and the Spanish captain.
And the
Give
red
no
player.
bounties when a Spanish naval ship moves, select direction or cancel the move.
Alright.
I have no idea what that means.
Yeah.
I didn't know what that means. In
little-
fact, I don't even think it was English.
Little D is also Spanish. And
Federico da Silva.
And
He
he's
can have
playing
multiple rulers and reroll influence checks when acquiring rulers.
right.
I have a flute.
So, the game is obviously a victory points game, or glory as it's called. First 1 to 10 glory wins. You gain glory for various methods. One would be to defeating a player or an NPC. There's the rules over there. Selling 3 or more cargo goods. Plundering 12 plus gold on a merchant raid. Completing a mission. Finding a rumour to be true. And a one-off buying a galleon or frigate. There's the galleon and frigate cards. And a man of war you can steal from other ships or other sailors.
The thing that's cool here, it supports both strategies. So if you want to go a piracy route, you know, you get the benefit from plundering the merchant raids, and if you want to go a merchant route, you get the benefit from selling lots of things where they're in demand. So if you want to go piracy, go piracy. Yeah.
And as usual now we'll be doing a little game turn later on. I'll just show you a little port here. It shows you what the port is in demand. So this one demands rum. And that down there is a weapon or ship for your part.
It's a ship upgrade, basically.
It's an English port. That's the name, and then it has a little special ability.
There's a merchant here as well. They're on the back of those. They all have a nationality, one of the 4 nationalities. So you can scout for them. When you find them, reveal it, and it will say, you know, it's Spanish or whatever, and you can decide whether you want to try and blow them out of the water and steal what they've got, because they're merchants that are sailing around in the sea, essentially.
And that's basically the gist of it. Like Martin said, you don't have to. You're not pigeonholed into either you're a pirate or a marauder. You can just keep.
Well, what I found with this really is that your tactic often changes. I mean, you start off getting a bit of money from doing some merchant type actions, and then midway through the game, change your shipping to maybe a faster vessel and go the piracy route. Because there are some negatives of being a pirate. Obviously, you get bounties and the nationalities will come after you, and obviously when you get bounties it's more attractive for other players to kill you as well, which is not the best.
Okay, well that's enough rambling from that. When we get to the point, there's decks of cards as well. Ooh, like a magpie. When we get to the game part, we'll explain a bit more about the turn sequences and stuff like that. So thanks. Right, this is where we do the live gameplay turn. Just to give you an update of what's happened so far. Glory-wise, Martin's got 3. Me and D are in second place with 2. And Mick's still on the starting line with 0. He's also has a new ship and captain, as he got sunk the last turn
By this
By the
French
nasty
ship.
French.
by a random French ship floating around the port that he was in. He had a French bounty.
No, he had a
Dutch
but
bounty.
there's like a Spanish bounty.
So that got him sunk to the bottom of the ocean. You can probably see it just in the speck there.
He sank with quite a lot of gold.
Yeah, as well.
Interesting.
It sank quickly.
Cargo, a lot of cargo.
Upwise, as you can see, I've got quite a bit of gold as I'm floating around with a big bounty on my head. These guys are doing the pirate route. Look, Martin's got 2 bounties, one for the English, one for the Dutch, and D's got a Dutch bounty. He's also got loads of specialists.
2 specialists.
The bounties, as you can see, they go like 1 to 5. Each level is worth 5 gold. So if say someone was to attack me, I'd be worth 10 gold to them. So you go for the highest one there.
Alright, so basically the turn sequence, Martin's first player, but before he gets to start his turn, we do an event card, which is drawn from the event deck over there.
Lucky bastard. Pretty much takes the decision out. Right, I'll explain what I was thinking here. Jason is here. I am here. We get 3 actions a turn, so you can move, you can go to the port, you can scout from the ship. So essentially, he's within range of me to do that. And as you saw over here, he's got a massive pile of cash. So I was very tempted to go and attack him. However,
well, the event has apparently saved my ass.
Right, it really has. Right, the Dutch people are going to go east.
So this shows you on the card itself. Shows you.
So we've got the English moving, but there are no English on the board.
Yes, there is, because
oh god, yes, they're
going
going
south.
Yeah.
right. So the English are going south, or as close to it clockwise, I believe it is. So there. So you can see the English are moved, the Dutch moved to the east, and obviously there's no pirate board there.
Pirates
The
of the
event itself
black ships.
is strong gale, storm, which you can ignore as well.
Yay! That's
A
my
strong
ability.
gale blows across the Caribbean, or whatever you want to say. Player captains currently at sea receive 1 less action. Player captains who aren't in a port at the end of their turn take 2 random hits to their ship, -1 for every success made in the seamanship roll. Do it! So that essentially means I can't get to Jason.
Woohoo! I am
So,
safe.
I'll go back to my part 2 turn, which is to take 1 action to go to port, and then a second action to take a port action. Right, I'm going to sell.
Go through the port actions quickly.
Yeah. Right, the first thing you do during a port action is sell goods. It's got to be your first action if you want to sell anything.
And that particular port is in demand of spices.
It is. So I'm going to fulfil that demand by selling some sugar. So a normal non-demand item is worth 3 each, so I get 6 gold for that. So I'll take
That wasn't represented by
6.
the number on the card. That was just.
It's 3 per
Yes, indeed,
item, no
yeah.
matter what.
They do something else, right? If I'd sold anything in demand there, that token would then get replaced by something over here. So as I'm taking a port action, that becomes available. Bloody hammocks.
There's a hammock in that one as well.
Right, I want to repair. I've got 3 damage. It's 2 gold per damage, so that's 6. Ouch. Right, so that's repaired. I'm going to use my stash.
He took some damage attacking a merchant ship.
I'm in my home port here, you see, so I can stash some gold in my.
Just look at these
beautiful
little treasure chests. They're really awesome. Little slot there with the little belt. And you put your money, when you're in your home port, you can put your money in there. For every 10 gold you put in there, you get a glory point. But I think that's only shown at the end of the game.
I'm going to buy the hammock as well. So that will cost
Upgrades.
me 3.
Going on the slots, you can only have 1 per upgrade.
Right, my crew capacity's gone up, but I actually have to make a leadership test to see if I can go down the local port or whatever and try and find some people to fill the crew slot. So I've got a leadership of 4.
So roll 4
Easily
dice.
succeeded there, so my crew goes up.
You need one of the pirate symbols, which replaces the 5s and 6s on the dice.
Shall I try for a room around? Yeah, fuck it. I failed to get a room at every time, so I might as well have a go now.
Rumors cost
So
2 gold.
So essentially, I think conceptually, you go to like the inn, spread some money around, buy some people some drinks and stuff, and then see if they've got any juicy gossip.
Useful juicy gossip.
Not for me.
No.
I found some tramp in the corner. Right, and
Some
that's my
tramp's
2 actions
piss.
done, so I'm good. Mick, you're up.
Right, so I might pause the video here because Mick takes forever.
Right, so where are you at sea at the
I
moment?
can't sell.
Oh, you're in
No, I'm
port,
in
aren't
port.
you?
I can't sell, so I'm going to try and buy.
Oh man, I forgot to do that. Oh well, they'll do money, I suppose.
So if I move here, then try and attack me.
They'll try and find you, they'll scout.
Scout
3.
Quite good.
It's getting a bit dicey on the old seas now.
For me, it's not.
Yeah, right, honest Joe.
Honest, rich Joe.
Cram it.
Right, so I'm going to buy these two. Two of kinds suddenly goes down from 3 to 2 each. So I'll be able to buy them for 4. You only have to show one player. But
You've just showed everyone in the world.
And he's discarded them as well.
Yeah. This is why Mick has got at the bottom.
This is what we
this
have
is
to
why
buy.
I use this.
Right, so
Nick
because
is
you're
a
4
straw
gold.
from last turn.
Yeah.
Right, and so I want to see what the
He's done.
Is it shipyard or not?
Another cannon in there.
Yeah, I'm definitely visiting the shipyard. Location,
Buy him
find
some
that.
cannons.
That costs you 3. You get that. Yoink. Gold.
There's that Frenchie now.
Okay,
Is,
so
you
you
get-
get cannons up one.
No, that should be not how much, right?
Nope.
No, it's not.
Or sleep.
So, basically, I can acquire a rumour if I want.
Costs you 2 gold. Don't get you got a different dude now.
Yeah, so he
The
would
English
only get
court
for 2
made
dice.
prior to buying an extra card. Yeah. I know I can fund that.
This is
Yeah,
Mick's
no,
first
I've got
action,
money,
first
so,
turn with his new ship.
there's no point in trying to do anything else. You take damage if you're left at sea.
2
don't
random
you?
We've
hits.
got a
less
Dutch
your-
ship on the
you've
board
got
over there
quite
as
good
well.
seamanship though, so you could gamble it. 3 dice.
French ship.
But it will be 2 hits less.
This is only for this turn, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I'm not
Hopefully.
gonna bother.
Okay.
Alright, that's Mick done.
You're up then.
D.
Right. I am going to risk it, I think. So, because I've got a bounty, because I've got one Dutch bounty, so I'm officially a pirate. I'm going to go into the seas of.
The hierarchy is essentially Dutch. These people will look for people with English bounties first because they're English. Then they'll look for people with any bounties, and then they'll look for people that are at war with them. So if there's numerous people there, they'll attack specific people through the hierarchy. So as D's got a Dutch bounty, he sets sail there. So their stats are here. So the first thing they'll do is scout for them to see if they can find them. It's a big ocean. Yep, he's found you.
Very successful.
Hello.
Hi.
Right.
Uh-oh.
This might be a fight turn.
At least you've got specialists. No, I didn't.
Right.
Got my
So
master at arms.
it's a frigate versus. Have you got a frigate as well? Or you got a flute? Right.
Right. So how do we do this from
Right. So you got your stats there. Right. The
Seamanship roll.
first thing that happens is you have to declare what you're going to do on the first attack round. You both have to shoot.
Okay.
So you try to manoeuvre into position. So you roll your seamanship. So I've got 3 seamanship here. What's yours?
Seamanship is
The wheel. Yeah.
I've got 2.
That's manoeuvre.
So manoeuvre basically.
That's 2 dice. So
We're looking for successes,
Right.
obviously.
Right, so it's
okay,
basically saying
so
what happened
I got
to
1
me.
success, and then that number there, it breaks the ties. Okay, so I got essentially a tiebreaker of 7. D got 1 success and a tiebreaker of 3. So I succeeded, and D failed but got a success, because that's relevant. Because what happens now is I inflict, as the victor, I inflict damage equal to my cannons, 3. And D does 1 for each success as the loser, so he'll do 1 back. So my 3
The num-
go to 2, 3, and 4.
so I'll show you my ship
Yeah.
quickly.
Ouch.
2,
Crew and
3, and
cannons.
4. So it's on the masts, crew, and cannons.
Oh dear.
That's not
So
that.
this is where I was.
Bang goes the
so I shot
possibility
1
of
for
falling.
masts, 1 for crew,
Getting
and
a
1 for
scene.
cannons.
Woo! Now you get to do your shot.
Yeah,
Definitely
where
got to
does
think
your
about
1 damage
fleeing.
go?
Shots.
2 masts.
Oh.
There are some special abilities or special items you can get, which you can make shots target specific areas, but hardly anyone's bought those. Right, anyway, so that was that round. So now, new round, we declare what we're going to do. I'm clearly going to try and shoot you again.
Right,
So
so I can attempt to flee from you now, can't I?
Yep. So essentially, I don't believe it's any roll for you to flee.
This game is so cool.
It's down to me. If I miss you, you get away.
We're going to fill up this
Okay,
ocean
if I
with
hit
sunken
you-
ships.
No, you don't get away.
Well, I'm going to try and flee because I've got no cannons or no crew. I don't understand how I'm fleeing. There's a strong wind and
Yeah.
I'm floating away. So
Like
Exactly,
you're
'cause
you're
you're
the
like-
person left alive. You're the
Yeah.
captain.
essentially,
the crew are dead.
Frederico's on his own.
A man alone.
You never
Right.
seen Pirates of the Caribbean?
Hang on, you still have to roll. You escape if your opponent made no successes. So,
Do show us your sad face.
I'm filming in a minute. Still.
No success.
I got away! Yeah! No.
Daddy sad face.
Stupid English. Right, your second action.
Cool. That's 1, 2, 3.
Only 2 actions.
No,
Oh, you were in a port, yeah.
Lucky for him, otherwise he'd been in
Otherwise, I
serious
probably
trouble.
wouldn't have done that. I would have
Right.
stayed where I was.
Well, that's your go then.
I took a bit of damage, but I think I got where I wanted to be though. So
You can repair it, obviously, there.
Alright, Jason, it's your move, man.
Right, I was going to pause this so someone can
okay,
else.
so now we come back for Jason's live turn. So Jason, take it away.
I'm here in Bridgetown. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try and do my rumour, which is called the White Lady.
So the way that Jason does that is he has to do a is it a search action?
Scouting action.
Sorry, scouting action
Or
in the
scouting.
seas of Bridgetown. So
Essentially, what's happened here is he's obviously found some tale of is it a
the White Lady.
some ship somewhere in the waters there, and he's got out there looking for it.
I know, obviously it's can't really focus on the writing, but it's years ago a magnificent frigate, the White Lady, disappeared. It's rumoured to be located on a reef near Bridgetown.
I think that word was magnificent.
Alright, so what I need is a skull.
Oh,
I got it.
Jason hasn't failed one roll yet.
So,
Cheating,
I
loaded
find-
dice.
if successful, I may find and claim the frigate,
Right.
which is that one right there.
Okay, there's a couple of things here. He's found a rumour to be true, so he gets a glory point. Woohoo! And you get a glory card, because you got a glory point. Right. Ooh. And now you get your frigate.
But now that's only if I want it. I don't. Oh, I'm not sure. The problem why I'm thinking about this is, if I take the frigate, I'll lose my items that I have on here already,
Which are worth 9 gold.
which are worth 9 gold.
Whereas the frigate is worth 35.
Yeah.
So those 3 will be lost because he hasn't got a facility to maintain them.
I've got to be honest. This seems like an obvious,
Yeah,
an obvious choice.
I'm
even thinking
I was trying to hold on to because I wanted my crew, but I'm not gonna. So I'm basically gonna upgrade my ship to a frigate now. So goes there.
Double sloop.
Double sloop.
Which will also give him another glory point
Yes.
because he's now
Is that right?
been upgraded. So actually, I think that's really good.
That was a no-brainer. I mean,
Well, I could have gone there and done it the same thing.
35.
Oh, no, hang on. It's buying a galleon or frigate.
Ah,
Ah.
our bad.
But I'll still do it anyway.
But, I mean, you could sell that and buy the galleon instead later on.
Does that mean I still have the sloop?
No, you upgrade it because essentially you
You
always
left it
change it.
No. There, dumped it.
You go, this ship looks better. We'll leave this one.
So my next action is going to go back into Bridgetown because I'm now a frigate.
You take 1 point of damage,
I take a hit to the hull when entering a port unless I roll a successful seamanship.
and because it's Jason,
He won't fail.
Seamanship is that one there.
yeah, the little
So-
the wheel.
You got
See.
4 dice seamanship.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Which I've passed.
Well done,
You think we're
Frenchie.
fighting him?
Right, now
Hell yeah, what?
first action was to scout, second action was to enter the port. My third action is going to be a port action, which I'm going to sell some wood because it's in demand.
6.
So that gets discarded. I gain 6 gold. Then I'm going to have a look at the market. So again, 6 cards to look at. And any silks that are in my hand, I have to discard.
Any?
Nope.
7 silks out of his 6 cards.
Which one should I take? And where am I going to go
What's
next?
your cargo capacity now? 3.
3. Oh yeah, I have to
These
repair.
are all gone,
Yeah, and I have to fix that. What do you think, guys? What should I take? Where am I going to go next?
You're also taking a port action, so that becomes available. So
Oh,
you've got
well,
cans there.
Definitely taking it.
These, Jason, you have to put face down randomly, so you don't know what's what, in areas that don't have upgrades in to buy.
Oh, actually, I'm going to take those 2. So I've taken 2. Obviously, that's
So he's
sword
going to show
ores.
somebody, so he's going to show
That's
me.
the same, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so that costs him 2 per card there. So
So
they
I'm
get
just
cheaper the more you roll.
Discarding that. Pay 4 to the market.
Okay, do you want to put those on the board as well? And so randomly face down in areas that don't
You
have
just turn them up. Don't look at them.
Yeah, it's supposed to be random, Jason.
That one. That one. And. Oh,
Just 3 there. There's 1 in
Three
Tor.
there, one there,
There's
one
2 there and 1 in.
Alright, then I'm going to buy this cannon.
Costs 3.
3.
So you know worse off anyway. That was the one thing he was going to lose.
And.
You need to reset your stats as well. Not your crew. Not your crew. 'Cause
Yeah.
you need to
Yeah.
Your man is falling. It's not so.
So
And I'm going to do a rumour as well. So I pay 2 and I roll 2 dice because my is only 2, which I failed.
yay, Jason found
Finally.
something.
Right. There's a couple other things you can do here, Jason. Put your cannons up by 1 because it's 4 now, and your crew you can fill that by trying to do a leadership test. You go to the local ports or whatever.
Leadership 1.
And say, hey, do you want to come join my gang? Otherwise, you can pay. Is it 2? Yeah, for each crew.
Okay, well, I think that'll be it for my turns. Oh, actually,
Get you
You might as well try the crew, man.
oh, that's right. No.
Right, so you can pay 2 gold for each crew member you need. You only need 1, don't you? So
Yeah,
it's 2
so I'll
gold.
pay the 2 more. Up it goes.
Okay.
Okay, so there you go. That is a turn of Merchants and Marauders. Quite a lot to think about and look at while you're playing, but it's still pretty cool. So we're going to go through the rest of the game, and then we'll come back to you at the end when I've won.
He will rue those words.
I want
Right, well, let's see what happens.
Right, we're just going to do a quick update as the game's moved on quite a bit. We're almost towards the end, but unfortunately it's quite late as the game has been quite long, and Mick has to go. So we're just going to do a quick thought on what Mick thought of the game, and then we're going to finish off the game.
It was really enjoyable.
Mick's not, just by the way, Mick's not going to win. So.
I mean, it was clearly obvious, not just from the beginning. So. But yeah, no, I like it. It's really good. It's really interesting. Lots of different things to make it interesting. Yeah, and once you get to know what you're doing, it can be actually quick moving as well.
Yeah, because this was your first playthrough of this game, wasn't it?
Yeah. So it was just a bit difficult first couple of turns to remember each thing you could and couldn't do, which order they were supposed to be. But once you've got it, yeah, it's great.
It's handy that it has those nice little play sheets.
Yeah, it's good.
So what
It's
would
really
you?
colourful. It's love all the pieces, the aesthetics of it.
It's good. What's the word I'm looking for? Thematic. Yeah, it's a very good thematic game, isn't it? It does
Yeah,
feel like you're in the South Seas or wherever.
I like the way you get a bounty for each individual country. You can the choice of being a pirate or a trader. I failed as a trader, but Jason's ultimately was pretty good as trading. So and D was as well. So
I was a massively good trader until I got blown up by the Spanish. But more on that later.
So Mick, would you give this a thumbs up, any different, or thumbs down?
Definitely
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up. Yeah.
Alright. Just to point out, I sunk Martin's pirate ship.
Spent a lot of sinking.
Yeah. Basically, Jason's the only one who hasn't sung.
Actually, I mean, it did hamstring me a little bit, but I think it also helped me out quite a lot as well.
Alright, so we're going to get back to the game, and then the three of us will do our final thoughts on the last bit.
Thanks for letting us come around.
Thanks for joining us, Mick.
Cheers, thanks.
Okay, so this is the end of the game, and even though it doesn't look like it, I have won. I'm on 5 glory points over there, and I'm at my home port in Tortuga, and I have stashed away 50 gold, which means
Lovely chest.
yeah, which means that you can do a maximum of 50, and which means I've gone up to 10. So that ends the game, and I have won with Martin in second place, D in third.
Yeah, none of us had gold stashed. Well, we did, but we all died, and we been raiding it. I did have some,
Dan.
Actually, we drew.
but I beat you because I was a
Oh,
right.
tiebreaker. Mick didn't have any, did he? No.
Mick was rubbish. There was. It was on 2 points.
Yeah. And everyone was sunk quite a few times. How many times did you die? 2, 3
I
times?
think I'm on my 3rd captain.
I only sunk once.
And Mick, I think, was once or twice as well.
I'm telling ya, it's those friggin' NPCs are bad MFs. You start going the piracy route and they start coming after you and it's bad. And I was just about to say with you went the merchant route, and I suspected it's probably slightly better to go the merchant route, slightly easier.
It is definitely
and
easier.
a bit surer way to victory. That being said, piracy is definitely more fun. That is awesome. Just going around and kicking the crap out of stuff.
Saying that, I actually went the merchant route, but one of the rumour cards that I picked up gave me a Dutch bounty, and I had that from beginning of the game. And in 2 turns ago, essentially the Spanish ship was here. I was in my port over there, and I needed to move 1, 2, stash the rest of my gold, and then I would have had the 10 to win. But because I had that one bounty, which I didn't do anything bad to get it, apart from
Yeah.
that basically means that this Spanish person doesn't like me and blew me the fuck away.
And they did as well.
Yeah, they fucking ruined me.
Modern was pretty close as well. I mean, I wonder if I didn't tack you over there and sink you, would you have maybe won?
I don't know. Because I think by you doing that, while it did sort of lose me a bit of money in my stash and whatnot, it also afforded me the ability to go to ports that I couldn't go to before. I mean, there was one term where I went somewhere, bought a rumour and immediately played the rumour because I could play it there, and I got another point from something else, so I jumped up really quickly.
Yeah,
and then I went out and did the merchant and stuff, so I got like 2 or 3 points in the space of 2 turns. Whereas I don't think I could have done that had you not done anyway, so I think it probably worked out a bit in the wash, to be honest.
Yeah, it's probably true. I mean, I chose the sloop to begin with because I was debating whether I should go the pirate route in the beginning, but even though it'll still give me the options because the maneuverability of the ship was really useful. So, but I just went for I kept getting all the cards.
The cargo thing, hamstring.
Yeah.
You got the plus the cargo quite quickly, didn't you?
Yeah, that plus cargo changed my tactics. I got it over there like on my 3rd turn or something, and then I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna rein in the cash.
One thing I think is, this is the second time that I played, I think the first time I sort of didn't use it too much is the stashing of the coins. It may sound silly because it can be quite a big fundamental of it, but if you stash your coins more often as a merchant, I think it's a lot more important, because essentially in that turn when my ship sunk from the Spanish, I had 37 gold on my ship, so I lost all of that. And then I also had 20 in my chest, and when you essentially spawn again as a noob, you take the starting 10 gold from underneath your stash. So potentially I've just lost 4 victory points there by being sunk once. That basically meant that I went shit or bust on that last turn. If that had gone successfully, I would have won. If it didn't, I felt as if I'm definitely not going to win because I've taken such a massive.
And also, there are detriments to sailing around with a lot of gold on your ship as well.
Become a target.
Yeah, exactly that. I mean, with you, you would have boarded me if you could have, but I don't think with the capacity to. But I had like 20, 25 gold on me, and a bounty worth 15 to you as well. So to actually attack me, you get nearly 40 gold out of it.
Well, I think I was quite lucky as well, where the card came up, which allowed you not to be able to attack me. I mean,
yeah, you get to that. But I'm not sure I would have anyway. It was because I wasn't in the best shape at that point either.
and I wasn't that bad. I was a little bit pokey because I had swivel guns, long guns, and something else. Which
but you were only a sloop.
Yeah.
At the time, so you only had like 1 or 2 cannons, so you weren't massively dangerous. But I was wounded, and I would rather be fully healed at the point when I attacked someone. So I don't know. It's interesting. I mean, the PvP kind of player versus player stuff in this. There's a point to it. It's not just I feel like attacking you this turn. You actually get things out of it, and there is a point to it.
I mean, I got 15 gold and a glory point from sinking your ship, and obviously hamstringing you as well, which meant it jumped me a little bit forward to get and pushed me up to where my home base was, so I can get to home and dump all my cash in there. On the that was like some of the interesting bits of the game, but on the downside of this game, there's a lot of downtime in this game.
There certainly can be, yeah. With slower players.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I felt that it's like, well, you know, when I've just taken my turn, which was just literally 3 moves, so my turn take maybe, and everyone has this situation, it's like your turn takes maybe like 30 seconds, and then you wait like 10, 15 minutes.
It's the port actions, they're the ones
that's the one which makes it.
I mean, you constantly go down the list going, I'm in the port, what else can I do? And every time you're going to go through, even if you have no intention of buying anything, you're always going to draw the cards. As well, and you know,
there's no
might try a rumour. I mean, particularly if you're not having to pay for it down in one of those ports, so they definitely go for that, and just kind of milling about and not really doing anything quickly. Whereas really, it should be quite a choppy game, I think. There's no real reason why it should take a long time. It's just that there's a bit of AP going on in certain circumstances.
Well, I certainly think with the port phases, the downtime will come because their main source is going to be from doing the trading. So they're always going to buy, they're always going to sell. They're probably going to look for rumours as well to try and find.
Yeah, merchants will do this. Yeah.
So the merchants will, while the pirates will probably be a lot more to the point, because they're going to be a case of, I'm going to go
But then,
to fix and build.
on
my
the flip
ship
side
up,
of that
to
is
then
you've
go
got the
in.
combat side, which
Yeah.
also takes time. So, I mean,
Yeah.
the merchant raids aren't too bad, but when you come to like a proper NPC or even PC ship versus ship combat, then it's like dice rolling and whatnot.
Yeah,
So-
no one of you sunk an NPC ship, man. What's the matter with you guys?
They were hard.
Yeah.
One thing I just want
It's
to
because
say as
the
well.
merchants were hard as fuck. I kept beating the crap out. That one that I drew was like 3 hull hits. It's like, this one's actually sunk me.
Yeah, one thing I was just going to say, this game as well, I think it worked really nicely because essentially we had Martin was a pirate. I don't really know what Mick was trying to do. Was he trying to be a pirate?
No, I think it was a merchant that liked to beat up on puppies.
I think he was undecided.
Mick's
but then
playing
you had,
Formula D.
but then you had me and Jason who were both trying to do the merchant side of things. So it's good to have a mix because I think you play the game and all 4 people went, well, we're all going to be merchants.
I remember the first time we played it, we were all really cagey, weren't we?
Yeah, I think we all played merchants except
Pretty
for one
much-
person, maybe.
Pretty much went the merchant.
And also that
route
probably
there.
tells the story because us 3 we've played the game before, so we sort of knew how to do things this way. And then the way
I like
that
to
Mick-
point out I won the last game as well.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
the way that Mick done it is he didn't really know which one probably the more profitable or which way he would like it, so he's probably still undecided. But if he played it again, I think he might have more of an idea over which way. He
I
wants
will
to go,
say as well,
so-
when we say, went the merchant route and whatnot, and played as a merchant, it's not, you're not on a fixed path. You can, dabble
Change
in a
as
little
you
bit.
like, yeah.
Just be sailing around with a cargo hold full of stuff as a good honest merchant, and then see a merchant, one of these merchant ships, and think, forget, I'll attack it. Why not? So you can do that.
Oh, from a different note as well, I think the components for the game is quite cool. You get little plastic ships.
the little
And-
surfboards.
On
Yeah.
ironing boards.
Yeah, ironing surfboards, yeah. The map looks really cool.
No, it's good. It's definitely a pretty looking game.
Nice little player board. I like it when you have little player boards with places for everything. So on the flip side, I think it's really good component wise. I think the game's fun to play. It's really thematic actually.
I think we
I thought-
explored quite a lot of the mechanics of it this time as well.
Yeah.
Like lots of combat and lots of merchant raids and lots of trading and pretty much everything. Lots of rumours, and I think missions were the only thing we didn't really do a lot of. And
No.
that one wasn't that one there from the beginning.
Yeah, I think it was, yeah. I think we only did one mission.
Mick just did it just to get rid of it so he could find another one.
Yeah. But yeah, thematically I think the game is really good as well. It does make you feel like you're in the South Seas somewhere, trading and trying to dodge pirates, and if you're a pirate trying to dodge the navies.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how you felt when you had that bounty on you, but going around in the sea or being out in the water when those frigging naval vessels
Yeah.
there, you're
So
like,
last
your
few
ass
turns,
going like a rabbit's
last few
nostrils.
turns when I knew I was sort of within arm's reach of potentially winning, I was so cagey about moving certain places. I almost wanted to make sure that I went into a port so I couldn't be attacked, but that could also be your downfall because it takes 1 point of movement to move just out of a port into the sea.
Yeah.
So essentially you can
It does
move-
take a long
you-
time
you
to
can-
get out.
You can jump from one into another and basically do nothing, so you're not moving very fast by doing it that way, but you're running the risk of potentially having people trying to find you. It's really interesting.
And when you're in the main body of the game, what you tend to do is not go from port to port. And certainly what I was doing was, instead of going from port to port and doing no action, going to the sea there and doing the merchant instead.
Yeah.
And then you tend to find, I can't go to that port now because I've got a bounty on me.
Alright, let's wrap this up. Martin, what did you think?
I really like it. I think it's very good. Yeah. I mean,
Thumbs up, thumbs down?
I said definite thumbs up. Yeah, I mean, there's a few niggles, downtime as we said, but on the whole, I think it's cool. And I think if we played it again, you'd probably find that downtime would rapidly diminish. So no, it's a good thumbs up from me.
And you, D?
Yeah, definite thumbs up. One thing I really like about it as well is that you are always kept thinking throughout the whole game. There's not one moment that I found in that game where I didn't really know what to do next. I would always be forward thinking about it. And any game that makes you think throughout the whole thing is always.
Cool.
In fact, you
always a
said
good
at one
game,
point
so-
you had too many options. You didn't know
Yeah.
what to do.
I was like, oh god, so many options. Yeah, I like this game as well. I do really like it. So I'd definitely give it a thumbs up. I mean, yes, it does have a few cons in downtime, time length. Maybe the merchants are a little bit more powerful, maybe. But overall, I think it's a really good game. So there you go. That's Merchants and Marauders
I think
from,
Mick gave it a thumbs up, didn't he? So
Yeah,
that's a
fourth
four.
from Z-Man Games. And good night.
Arr.